welcome to the 17th episode of Tales of TPK, Heavy Lies, where we will try and come to the bottom of Kowèn and his very, very disastrous lies for the party, because we left off right as Kowèn said that the party won't like what it is that Kowèn is trying to hide from them after a night of Christoph and Eli trying to drink Kowèn under the table to get him drunk enough to be able to answer questions, and then berating him with 1.5 million questions and a total of 750 centiliters alcohol later. Eli managed to get enough prying in there to give Christoph the chance to open the lock that Kowèn had on all of his information, feelings, truths. I don't know what we're gonna call them, but we're gonna start off again by simply letting Kowèn continue from his drunk state.
All right. Yeah. He's actually gonna miss his step. Oh wait.
Where to?
Well, since it's 30 feet, he's gonna try to go towards the door.
Yep, you can go to any point you see, so you can technically go into the door.
Yep.
But because of how drunk you are,
Yep.
and because of you needing to vocalize the words to cast spells, I need you to roll me a spellcasting check, please. Okay. So that would be just a wisdom.
Just a wisdom. Aha. I'm good at those, though.
Yep.
I can do it.
Hey.
Yeah.
I could do it.
In this drunkenness, the panic from having to tell the truth overtakes, pushes away all your dissonance in your mind, and you utter the word needed to cast Misty Step and translocate yourself next to the door. However, you're still drunk. I think like both Christoph and Eli, who are not equally as at least, kind of sees like the mist in your place, hear you like evaporating into place over by the door, can turn and like see you do what?
Yeah, I try to open the door and just bolt out.
Okay. I think we'll have to go over to the Tenet map, and just for simplicity, we'll pull down a Kowèn.
Now it looks behind the table like, oh, did he fall behind?
Yeah. We were somewhere in here in a smallish tavern that dear Navin had been a regular patron to. Yeah. And it would be now after a long day and quite a few hours of drinking. We're nearing like 10, 11 p.m. or so. So it is quite dark, especially now during autumn as well. So where to? What direction? Just wherever you can, or
wherever I can.
Wherever you can. Are you running, walking, like fast walking?
Running.
Okay.
Running.
Make me a dexterity check, please. What does Eli do?
Eli's going to look over and just kind of gauge the reaction from predominantly Christoph at the moment, but also with Navin.
Navin can go first.
I mean, I'm still sort of like you know, coming up from like looking at the, where'd Kowèn go? And like trying to stand up.
You can definitely stand up.
Yeah.
You're not that drunk. I think Garrus also kind of just looks. Christoph is gonna like stand up, straighten his tunic, and just pull his fingers through his hair. He's gonna look to Eli. I'm not going to let him get away with it this time. I think that this is a turning point for him. I'm going to be there. Be it shit or be it good. Kind of takes his bow off the stool, slings it over his back, and walks out.
Eli watches him go, does not follow.
Garrus kind of looks at you, questioning.
I'm. Eli fumbles over his words. Doesn't quite know how to express how that he's feeling. And in the end, just kind of slowly like makes a fist and just like bangs it on the table, gets up and finds somewhere to sleep.
Yep. You may pay a single silver for a room and some good breakfast here, and Garrus will probably stay as well. Kind of at this point, I think, pull out the pouch and pay for some wine and kind of sit down and not join Navin in the race for drinking, but at least drink with.
Yeah, but I think Navin like will stop drinking a lot. Like he'll just keep the bus going, but he won't drink more and just sort of like wait for Kowèn to come back.
Yep. Kowèn,
Yep.
I need you to make me a wisdom saving throw, please.
Disadvantage, anything like
Nope,
that?
just
No?
normal.
Alright. Saving throw?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
There we go.
I need you to tell us what type of demons are materializing in your mind as you are running away from this, as all the fear is creeping up into your mind, and how you, as you are running, slowly succumb into them.
Sorry, I didn't follow. What?
Okay, so I want you to describe for us, as Kowèn is running away with all the fear coming up in his body, what fears it is that he has, like if he sees any type of like specific scenes, any people, and then I want you to describe how he slowly succumbs to the fear and kind of, falls to the point where, he can't continue because he's so afraid.
Okay, shit. Alright, yeah, okay, so, like, the things that with Kristoff, the things that he and Navin said, where they were like, well, if you make a deal with Dimos, then we're gonna kill ourselves. That is so imprinted in his mind, and he feels like every single time he tries to do something good, everything just goes to fucking shit. And he knows that because of him, he might lose his best friends. And he gets so fucking terrified of that fact and just doesn't want that to happen and become a reality. And at the same time, he is like super, super uncomfortable with all of the things that the Lanterre family did to him. He is like split, torn, just right in the middle, like between being like the slave and the person, and he has no idea what's going on, and he's completely broken. So there.
Could you roll me stealth with a disadvantage as well, please?
Yep.
Double sevens. So you start running just in a random direction, and soon the grassy cobblestones leave your feet, and you come out on this beautifully clean, tiled like square in the east part of the city, where these large pristine buildings have been put up to almost on a display. It's almost too nice to be there. The trees surrounding it are also impeccable. Of course, Kowèn isn't noticing this himself. And as you come to the eastern parts, you kind of fall to your knees in front of this temple. Kowèn isn't a very spiritual man, is he?
No, he lost all that.
Yeah. As you kind of fall here, ironically enough, in front of the one place where you thought you could have found comfort in your worst times, somewhere in your drunkenness, you hear the footsteps on this paved tile behind you, and you turn, seeing Christoph kind of walking towards you, as the only light kind of illuminating both of you is the two moons slowly getting higher up on the sky. You can barely see Christoph's face, but as he kind of stops and, cinematically the cloud moves out of the way enough for you to see his face, you see him looking very troubled. Not angry, not disappointed, just troubled and afraid, I suppose, is the word for it. He moves over and kind of sits down next to you and looks at the temple.
Fuck, I don't know what to do in this situation. I'll try to get up again.
Okay.
And try to move over to I don't know, some sort of building or something, and yeah, and I'll just try to find a door that's open or something. I don't know.
I think the only doors you'll find open here is going to be to the temples. If you're looking to get into alleyways and then trying to find a door that's open, then
No, just a temple.
yep. You move into the temple in front of you, then I'm assuming, because that is the one that you can see. Could you roll me a D20, please? Wow. That is
Bad.
perfect. No. It's actually very good.
Okay.
So, as I described to you guys last session, today on Autumn the 8th, there is a festival to Numindar. Oh, sorry, Rain 8th, not... Have I missed? No, I haven't.
No,
Yeah.
the 8th of Rain, a festival.
Yeah,
over
exactly.
most
Yeah.
Auber.
So I was just
Dance
wondering
in the
if I missed the month. No, but I didn't. So the temple in front of you is dedicated to Numindar, the god of darkness. And as you move in, nearing midnight, all the lights have been enchanted with some light altering color, and they're all burning blue instead of burning in a orange reddish tone. Standing in the dark navy blue cloaks with masks on them are maybe 7 or so dozen people inside here. You can see how at the top of the temple or the church, the cupolum, the dome, has been opened to allow the moonbeams to come in. And you can see the two moons kind of coming in above, about to meet at the very top of the sky during midnight, and illuminating almost perfectly in the center where there is a crystal fountain that has been set up. And it's kind of, Christmas being hit by light then spreads millions of colors around them. And they all seem to just be standing here in perfect stillness, awaiting the two moons to align and to shine down upon this crystal fountain. And you walk in, in your state of mind, barely noticing all of these people and almost stumbling into some of them as well, just being so filled with yourself. And what do you do?
So I don't really notice them.
I mean, you notice them, but because they're so still and you're so fucking drunk, it's probably like you notice when you accidentally touch someone or so, perhaps.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry.
It
And
don't seem to respond.
I'll just go to if there is a pillar or something like that, or a bench or anything, I'll just go and sit down beside it and just drunken thing, I'm not here kind of thing.
Yeah. You sit down, and just a few seconds later, Christoph comes through the door and sits down on the bench next to you, looking out on all of the people as well.
Hey. I'm a little bit busy right now. Sorry.
He doesn't respond.
Sorry. Are you?
Did you ask how are you? Okay. He kind of, without turning to your direction, I'm scared for my friend at the moment. And I don't know what to do to help him. I've tried what feels like everything, but it just doesn't seem to help. And I'm running out of ideas.
Yeah, Navin? Yeah, I know. He's difficult to read sometimes.
Yeah, he keeps a lot of his past buried and hidden, thinking that it will protect the others around him rather than helping us understand where he comes from, allowing us to help carry some of the burden. And, sometimes I just kind of want to slap him and make him understand that we're here for him no matter what he's been through or done, that we're not going to go away just because he makes a mistake or because he's lied to us before, as long as he, in the end, tells the truth, shows that he wants to be around us and, doesn't do anything that will end up hurting him just because he's trying to protect us. But I don't know. Nevin doesn't seem to want to understand me or the others thinking this. I don't know if it's too proud or simply just thinks so little of us that we couldn't handle it or something.
What if it's none of them?
Well, how can we know if he doesn't say anything?
Well, he can't say everything, because if he does, then his friend will jump off a cliff. So, and that's not something, Navin can handle, really. You know?
He kind of looks at you as you say this with his very intelligent eyes. He probably already knows what's up the moment you said that. And he kind of looks at you with a pained expression.
I just mean theoretically. That's all I'm saying. Please don't do anything. I didn't mean.
Listen, Kowèn, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have threatened you with that. That is a... I hoped it would have been a cold shower to you realizing that we care for you equally as much as you care for us, equally as much as you want to protect us, we want to protect you. And I was willing to put my life on the line for you. That is what I wanted to convey with me saying that. Not that just because you did something, I would.
So it was like a dare?
No, it was a stupid bluff that I hope you wouldn't needed to call.
Oh. Well, that sucks. Fuck.
What did you do, Kowèn?
He approached me again. And, well... Yeah, that was the basically... That was basically it. He... If we don't kill those fuckers who had me in jail or enslaved, if we don't kill them for exactly, then you, Navin, Eli, and Garrus are gonna go to him. So I just have to make sure that doesn't happen, that's all. Or, So, yeah. I'm sorry,
He shouldn't have let you alone.
No.
He took advantage of you once again.
Yeah.
When you were weak and alone, and I had spent hours berating you that you weren't alone, and then we leave you be after we've seen him.
I didn't mean to do it. I really didn't mean to do it.
I'm not angry at you, I'm angry at us. At me, at Navin, at Eli and Garrus for letting you be alone just hours after Dimos had shown that he could just simply come to you.
Yeah. Or, no. Yeah. Yeah.
So you're telling me that all we have to do is what? Kill those fuckers. And that's that.
Yeah.
You didn't say yourself. What about you?
was... he said basically that, you know, we do that and free you guys, and then he's gonna consider talking to me again. But if I die before that, then yeah.
Then don't die.
Then I'm what?
Then don't die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to.
Good.
Yeah. But he also said that if you guys want to fight him, then that's fine. But I don't think that's a good idea.
At least we have options.
Yeah, you do. That's good. I guess.
Stop saying you. It's no longer us and you, Kowèn, it's we. We are going to get through this. We are going to find a way to help Eli with whatever he's brooding over. We're gonna stop Navin's clans from dying to the ogres. We're going to find whoever fucked over Garrus and me and get him reinstated into a position of power and status. We're gonna get you, not only your soul, but back to your husband. And we're gonna keep me off of any throne for as long as possible. And it's not an you, me, Eli, Navin, and Garrus thing, it's a we thing. And it's not we if you're not there.
I know. I'm sorry.
Stop. I don't want to hear you saying sorry. It's like apologizing for trying to stay alive. What good will that do?
Yeah. Well, how about thank you? Is that better? Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, Kowèn. Thank you for letting me try and do something I couldn't do before. Saving someone that's thought they were lost. It's it does me good.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. Not anymore. I won't do that.
As you kind of fall into just silence again, there is a very light sound of a bell. And immediately all of the people standing in these dark cloaks start moving in almost perfect synchronization around this crystal fountain in the middle of the temple. Watching them all dance alone, yet somehow all connected and together, is a spectacle that you've never seen before. Somehow it's almost as if though each and everyone, even though they're wearing dark clothes, is one color from the prism that is spreading out through the room. And as they move, or as the colors move and they move with them, it spreads throughout the room, mixing dance and lights, and somehow the sound as well from the slowly pouring fountain. You sit in awe watching this, and when there's another slight shine after you don't even know how long, the members dissipate. They leave the room and walk out.
Yeah, I'll hug Christoph if he allows me.
Yep, he definitely does.
Yeah, and I think I'm gonna stay like that for quite some time. You know, a little bit too long.
Yeah, yeah. He sits there and just allows it, and then eventually you find your way back to Hammerfell, I'm assuming, to sleep in the barn. Yeah. Navin, where do you end up?
I think I end up at the table waiting for Cohen to come back.
Yeah. I think Garrus would thank you for your time and leave somewhere, and you'd end up either being awake or falling asleep. Eli, is there anything you do, or do you simply get into your room and sleep?
This evening.
Okay. Next day. Have you stayed up the entire day, Mr. Navin?
I think I probably not off, but I definitely wake up, and like whenever I wake up, I try to stay awake as long as possible. So probably not rested, I would say.
Cool.
Damn it.
So it is the 9th of rain, and you are all on spread out places.
Can we mark off a long rest or?
Yes, 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 you can. Not Navin, but
Yeah.
you others can. Sorry, you guys might have to update. Not certain. Oh, doesn't work. What the fuck?
We've had a few days of rest when we're training and stuff in.
Yeah, so you should all be at full from the level up.
So yeah, so can I do it there? Can I the hit dice? Do I have to press long rest to get that back, or can I do it manually somehow?
What the fuck is my keyboard not
Oh,
working?
I can do it manually. Yeah, so I don't have to. Yeah.
Is that the problem? No. What?
Oh, there we go.
Oh, right. Weird. Sorry. I think that we are at the start of the. Are we? Yeah, I think we're at the start. We haven't had the downtime for the levels yet. I think this was
some
Yeah, we
training.
did.
Yeah, because I did fighting with
yes,
Cohen.
yes. We talked about doing it, and then this happened like
True. Yeah.
on like one of the first days. So this is like the epilogue of the training days that's to come. So we'll find ourselves on the 15th of Rain, and that actually changes quite a few things.
Yay!
Well, that's good. That's good
Good for him or good for us? That's a question.
for us. I realized there isn't any. Yes, let's see how long would that take. Just bring you back here for a moment. Okay. Eli, I need you to roll me a 3d6 set of 3d6, please.
3d6, yes, boss. What up?
Okay, nice. During one of the last days when you are almost done with all of your special training, you are on your way up to Jurgak's house, as you have been invited for a kind of last feast, where he said that he's going to have cooked a giant hog on a light roasted spit, just delicious. And on your way up, because it's a slight hill that you kind of pass up, and then you see down the northern road that comes winding in, and you kind of come to a stop as you see a small retinue of maybe 8 horsemen or so. You look at them and you see the very memorized insignia of a checkered yellow and black with what would it be? With a boar on the back, and the standard of the Hugelsberg family, Pommers, right in.
Okay. Whatever. Right. Yep. How far away are they?
With your perch position, maybe 1,500 meters.
I'm sorry, I have to just say, what the fuck? Thick Maddie, thank you. I mean, what the hell is going on? Yeah. Again.
He just comes in.
Oh,
and,
Yeah. He's like,
Boss move.
make that money.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I know who I will be nominating for getting any the things that we were talking about giving to our community members.
Definitely. You're it, Thick Maddie. Thank you. Sorry,
go ahead.
I haven't been seen, have I?
If you have, then they haven't shown anything of it.
Good. And I'm on my way up and can see them ahead, closer to the forges. I still have my hat, don't I? Yep, I'm using the hat.
Yep.
I'm going to disguise myself as human, male, but my hair will be ashen blonde. There will be stubble, this long hair. I'm going to look... Got around like 20, 25 pounds on. And the clothes are tighter. And my skin is a lot paler.
Yep.
And
do you want to stay here, or do you and kind of watch, because they are, so if you're to give you, like, you're here, they're coming here into the city, and you're kind of moving northeast, and they're going to go southwest, so you're kind of moving away from each other. But from your position here, you could stay and possibly see where they would be riding to in the city if you want to risk it.
I would definitely like to see where they're heading towards.
Okay. So moving back to here, just to give you the more visuals as to where you are, you'd be up here.
Yep.
And they are coming down from the north onto the docks. Roll me a perception, please.
Jeff. Perception.
Yes. Okay. Roll.
Oh! I am going to use.
Yeah.
Can I use my perception? I've got 2d6 of inspiration.
Nice.
Well, you got chat inspiration from Thick Maddie before.
Yeah,
so
that
1D.
that was one of them. Thank you, Maddie.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, and then I got one for the puzzly thing in the book previous session.
Ooh.
You
Important.
can roll them one at a time if you want.
I'm definitely doing that.
Nice.
Okay, yep, I'm just going to use the one. I'm going to keep Thick Maddie's.
So, as the retinue moves in, one of them stops by the docks and kind of walks up to the dockmaster. The others move south. One of them riding west, and the other 6 remaining ride into this central, like, hub of large houses.
Okay. I'm gonna go into the forge and try and find the others.
Yep.
Hi-oh.
So as you will kind of come into this massive house, Christoph has been gone for the past few days since he said that he would get the amulets for
Yep.
you.
I forgot about that, yeah.
And you see him looking more dirty than usual, but more or less as if though he kind of came like straight off the road, more or less. But he has a small pouch in front of him. It opens into these. What would they look like? Anybody has an idea for amulets of proof against location and detection?
A closed eye, maybe.
Sure.
Yeah.
So you have this yellow band with a bronze eye closed, and he kind of hands each of them over to you, and as you touch them you see the color of the band changes into the perfect skin tone that you have, and as you put it on it only leaves like the bronze heart over your like sternum in the chest.
Does he give one to everybody?
Yeah, that's what you paid for.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, I believe you gave him 2,000 silver.
Yeah, all the topuses and Ethereum we have.
Yep. Because you were hoping to get that shit on before Dimos came back.
Yeah. By the way, does the other ones know about the thing, the deal and stuff?
I'm assuming, unless you haven't told them, no.
Yeah,
Christoph
I don't think I
wouldn't
would
have.
have. No,
Yeah.
I don't think I would have.
I think Christoph would have probably said before he left that if you haven't told them, he will tell them when he comes back.
Okay, yeah. I
Yeah.
haven't been able to
Yep.
do it.
So Jurgik kind of stands outside the back. You smell the burnt pork kind of coming in together with some like seasoned apples and very earthy smells. You see this large ass carafe of homemade meat, and then you have like several smaller carafes which you can like use as well. It would be like a feat for Navin to pull out the big and try and drink from that pitcher.
I just have to make myself bigger to drink. And
Yeah.
then put it down and then...
Yeah, it's about the same size as you when you are small. Yoga kind of turns in. You know, he has a very nice, this cute white apron with some hearts on it, where it says like chef on it, and kind of smiles into all of you. These like large ass yellow teeth. Hello, friends.
Hi.
I am happy you could all make it.
Pleasure's all ours, Jurgik.
Do you want to cut yourself, or do you want me to cut? I made also salad for you, Kowèn.
Oh, thank you.
Is it like a spectacle seeing him cut it there, or like it's like, because I don't want to deprive the other people in the group if that's something like he like does fancifully. If it's just like a work thing, like then I'll probably I think we can slice ourselves and you can sit there. If you prepared enough, I think we'll.
You see him kind of turn the like, you know, great sword knife that he uses more or less over to you to cut it if you want. Like this giant pork is probably, you know, some 15 by 15 foot, just massive ass pork.
Carving slices for everyone, and then like the biggest, of course, for Jurgik.
Yeah. So you all kind of get some food, and on the outside in the autumn sun, he has put up some wooden furniture and just a nice little place to sit and drink. But the atmosphere is very dense, I think. Not only from Eli, but also from Christoph.
Just a question.
Yep.
Eli, does he look like Eli? Because I would be very skeptical if that was not.
Yeah.
I would be like, who is this man?
Eli had once I arrived at the forge, I would have dropped the
Okay.
face, but kept the rest of it. And then, as we'd been together and eating, I would have been largely quite quiet, noticeably quite twitchy, and constantly looking towards the city. You know, ready at a moment's notice to put that face back up.
Yeah, I look at you a little bit concerned because I know that look.
Nope. So since Eli isn't talking, Christoph is just suddenly going to. So we have, and this is not because I love my own voice, I promise you guys. We have a problem, and seeing your happy ass faces, well, not Eli's, I can assume that Kowèn hasn't told you.
Look
No.
over to him. No.
Well,
It's.
I think
That's
Eli would have
the-
largely avoided Cohen over the past few days.
Oh, damn. Okay.
And Nevin would probably pretend like it's nothing's basically happened, but still,
Yeah.
obviously be aware of it, but not broach it.
when we came out of the underground and went to the bar, and Kowèn ran off, I followed him.
Yeah, we had a nice moment in the church and we hugged.
Dimos came to him after the first time on the afternoon,
Again,
again. And Kowèn made a deal.
very concerned look towards Cohen.
It's not as bad as initially thought, but it still puts us all out there. I'm not certain you remember Navin because you were drunk, but Kowèn told us some very disturbing things about a family in Redilla called Lantar, and how they had some disgusting pleasures to whatever was done to Kowèn and the other people, slaves, there. And apparently Dimos wants us to kill some of them. And if we don't, he'll take not only Kowèn's soul, but ours as well. And apparently, if we do this, then he might strike another deal to release Kowèn as well. Or rather, not take Kowèn when he dies.
Can't trust Dimos.
No,
Well,
but
why not? He. Oh,
I agree. He is a devil. And I think that if he really wanted to do something, he would have done so already, no?
Hmm.
If he was as powerful as he pretends to be, then he could have just killed us and taken us game over right there.
Mm.
As I said, I think it's the games that he wants. He wants to see us struggle and do these things, and I'd be fine dancing to his song for a bit if it keeps us out of his pocket. Killing a few bad people that is doing stuff like that, I honestly don't have any qualms about.
True what they did to you, Cohen?
What?
The things they did to you, is that true?
Yeah.
I don't need Dimos' offer to kill them.
Well, they were. I didn't say that, but they were his masters as well, apparently. So, but he was recently set free from that, and well.
And now he wants them dead after they've served their purpose, I suppose.
Yeah, and well, I mean, I really want them dead as well. I am, or I don't know. Yeah, for your sake, yes. I want them dead.
Don't care about my sakes, but if doing this, killing these bad men will help you in any way, I don't have any qualms about it. If they were innocent, and he wanted us to kill them to make us suffer, then I would refuse. But...
No, they're not good people.
Now, can we talk about the other elephant in the room? He looks over to Eli.
We're gonna get out of the city. We're gonna head north. Sooner the better.
Okay.
That's the direction where these people are, right, Kowèn?
Yeah, they're.
Then let's go.
There's a war front in between us and Radilla.
Yep.
I feel like we've been done hiding shit from each other. No? We've just spent... I have just spent so much time and effort trying to get this one not to keep lies from us or keep truths from us. Fuck me.
I'm not gonna do
We
it again.
please just have some honesty in this group. Just a bit.
You're all well aware that I'm running away.
Thank you.
Keep away from certain people.
Thank you.
That's common knowledge.
Enough. Yes, but it could have been that person you went to see in Belora trying to get to you, or it could have been those spooky night things coming after you. I don't know.
Spooky night things. Oh, okay.
Just a bit of clarity. Just adding that at the start of a sentence. Hey, I think we need to get out because of.
Were they on the same boat as you, Christoph?
Sorry?
Were they on the same boat as you?
I took the teleportation.
Right. The people, I saw them. They're here.
Fuck! I'm sorry.
That explains the change of clothes. I look at over at him.
Sooner we leave the city, the better, as far as I'm concerned right now.
I understand.
He gave away another 5 subscription. Yeah, you really want us to give you a present, don't you? Was that perfection from me? You're welcome. Holy shit, dude. Sorry.
How persistent will they be in looking for you? Could you hide for a few days and they would move out or move on to somewhere else?
I've been hiding for a while. I can keep hiding, can keep moving. It's not the long-term plan. But there's things I need to find, and you might be some of them. I look over to Kowèn. I understand the situation you were put in. Much as it frustrates me, Christoph makes a lot of good points when he wants to.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But I'm not here to babysit you, Cohen. None of us are. I would like to trust you and consider you a friend. And I'll follow you wherever you need to go. If you're willing to be more forthright, as am I. I am too, rather.
Yeah. I'm not gonna keep anything from you guys again. Uh, no. Um. Okay. Yeah.
The more we know, the more we can help each other.
Yes. You see Christoph kind of take the way too large pitcher of meat drink, kind of spills over the sides a little bit. He kind of looks and shrugs, takes some meat and eats it. And then when I was in Oldberg, I picked up a few bits of information. I'm not certain if you've heard anything coming from the north, but it's been a week and it's not looking good.
Not looking good for which side?
Us.
Dominion have pressed forward.
Yes. There is apparently already scouts deep in our territories. And there is
I'm not one.
there's another problem. And another problem that also makes me want to go to Redilla, but I don't think we can do anything about it. Kind of looks through Jurgak as he's standing out there happily, roasting his pig. How to put this? A large portion of the Dominion army isn't dying.
You mean elite soldiers, or?
I mean that there is reports of ballistae, catapults, arrows, swords mauling their troops, and they just get back up.
What?
Yeah. There's a live army slowly turning into an undead army marching.
How could anyone stop that? They never fall.
I don't know. There's great magicians in the world, and I don't doubt that the king is trying to talk to them, but there's an old rumor, I suppose. I'm sure you've heard it as well, Cohen, that Sabrahayan is utilizing very dark powers to stay alive. And I think that this should confirm it.
Yeah. Well, I just thought that was something that others were trying to, demoralize assassins and stuff. But
Yeah, and I need to see if Garrus actually has any inputs on this.
He knows the power structure.
Nope.
Oh, I know everything. No.
Oh yeah, he's a nice. He has the lucky, so that is perfect. It goes from a 1 to a 20.
Ooh.
Garrus kind of looks. You mean to tell me that there is a lich ruling the Dominion? A lich who is an undead wizard powered by a philanthropy which cannot die unless you destroy the philanthropy. Christoph kind of looks and... Well, I don't know how any of this works. I'm not a learned man in the arcane arts, but if that is how it works and you're telling me, then I guess yes.
Well, shit. And then I say that, and then I'm just like,
Yeah.
oh.
Didn't have enough problems with the shards.
I think what I said when we all met, that destiny somehow has something in store for us, seems to be true.
How come?
I mean, why else would all of this fall into our laps?
Cruel fate, it seems, but
Yes. I suggest that we do go to Ridilla. But before we decide, I do need to tell you the reason I need to go there, even if you don't. When I was back in Auber and I talked to my contacts, and we found out about this undead army. Don't even know what to call it. Living dead army, I suppose. A magician, Spellweaver, approached me, and he kind of pulls out a gem, a dark purple gem the size of a calf, almost, so a very large gem. This can open a portal, and I was tasked to get this into Ridilla as close to the noble quarter as possible, and then activate it, allowing very powerful people to go through and deal with the Sultan.
Yeah, I'll help you. Yeah.
Getting there is going to be extremely dangerous.
it's not the first danger we've ever been in. So I agree.
No, but you, if anyone, Navin, have seen small wars. This is hundreds of thousands of men marching that don't die.
I know it well. The battlefield, when it's all over, we can spare families, soldiers on both sides their lives by doing this. I am all for it.
It's just getting there. I don't know. Can I gestures to Garrus the map, please? I don't know how we would get there.
Well, I mean, I don't know this stuff at all, but if it's a big army, then we would see them, right?
They would have scouts that would see us before we see them. They have scouts, maybe as much as a week and a half, 2 weeks in front of the army, catching anything between them. Usually, as far as I've heard from the Darien armies, they have spellweavers in each patrol that can easily communicate with each other, sending back information immediately as it's found, and there is no way they would let us slip through. So either we would have to kill a patrol and then somehow get through. We would have to go around either east or north. And both ways are equally as dangerous no matter what we go do.
Well, I think around is the answer, but I don't know the places well enough to know which one is more preferable danger.
Geekier kind of comes in, sees all of you sitting with a map up and, half food, half done. He kind of, what is going on? Important business?
Yes.
We're trying to get into the Dominion. I just let slip.
Yeah. If you'd like to get to Radilla, there was an army, and I sort of point that as like moving probably from here to here.
Yeah.
And you
kind of
would you go here or would you go this way around?
I am not a very well-traveled ogre, but if I could choose, I would go under everything. I doubt that there are caverns spanning the entire way, but you can all just roll me a history check. We'll do east first, and then we'll do north. Hey, not bad. Shit. I do guess that we are gonna have to use Mr. Garrus's roll as well for some outside information. I mean, he is the boy with the stuff. Cool.
Yeah.
So, I've already told you about the Greenskin Crags.
Yeah.
They are littered with gobbos who want to be left alone. They usually don't wander out a lot. The eastern path, you do have the road, and as long as you stick to that, you'll be safe to around this point. Briar's Highland, however, is littered with nasty hidden caverns that are covered by thorn bushes, basically. The swamp of Tula brings acidic rain south that then slowly erodes the mountains, and thus it creates nasty caverns, which usually very large carnivorous birds nests in.
Cool.
Not cool.
Very cool for players and not so
Yeah.
cool for the characters.
yeah, no.
Passing the swamp of Sula is also it's not an easy task. It's a swamp filled with fucking will-o-wisps and other shit that is trying to get you away. If you're caught at a bad time, which now in the year isn't usually, you'll get caught in a flood. If you get caught in a flood, you will almost certainly perish unless you find a very large and sturdy tree to climb up in.
I mean,
because
Cohen
the
will die.
Yeah, the flood comes down from the glacier or the snow drops down and then pushes everything east. After Sula, though, there would be probably east to kind of go up and get in between the cities. You can't go on the Serpent Sea for a long time. The Serpent Sea is filled with a lot of what do you call them? Massive ass crabs and eels, like, serpents as it's supposed. Like, it is filled with creatures whom are dormant up until the point where there's disturbances on the surface, and then they will attack more or less anything. And you could probably get like some 40-ish kilometers before, so like going over one day, sure, you might do it, you might have some troubles on a larger boat. However, there's no place for you to really get a
Nobody
larger
has
boat.
boats there because it's a fucking shitty place to have boats.
Yeah. So the problems that you would face going east would be possible creatures from the 1,000-mile forest coming like and attacking you here. Then the northern part to the Swamp of Sula in the British Highland, crossing Sula, and then you'd be in the safe, unless for some reason the army is pushing down this way.
North, or if there are scouts guarding the flanks, basically.
There will almost certainly be, but at least they probably won't deal with you being behind them.
We're traders. We have goods. Oh, we lost them in the swamp, though. Sorry.
Yeah. Another round of history, please.
Did Christoph say where the Dominion army had advanced to, or had last been seen? How deep had they gotten?
Pushing towards Nossi. They are about to lay siege to it.
Okay. Thank you. Another
16.
great one for me.
I mean, this is a group effort. Northern problems.
He's been there, though, and he just doesn't remember.
Yeah, I mean, when you went into Onijaga, you would also say the...
Yeah, that's what I was looking at.
Yeah. So going north, there is no way that you are passing between Anna, Ava, or Ava. Like, these three massive ass volcanoes are continuously guarded. The only way for you to pass is by going, like, possibly here, or even through Harala Ridge. And I mean, Ela has been in the jungle on the safe parts. Like, you haven't been in the jungle, but you've been on the rivers.
Yeah.
And the rivers are decently nice. You've probably seen a few cannibals here and there, and not been too much of a problem. But you've also been in the cities and seen adventurers that have been in the jungle, whom have, large pink, purple arms because they've been bit by something poisonous and haven't taken care of it. They've had to, like, come in and, they have no eyes or tongues because they've been captured by cannibals slowly eating them. And the jungle itself is extremely dangerous if you don't know where you're going. If you have a guide, it's possible, but you would still have to pass into Ogun somehow and get there safely, and then get a guide. And then crossing over is also going to be a bit of a problem.
Right.
Will there be more or less cover going north? Like, if you're in the forest compared to, like, going over the river, like, is there more, like, plain hills where people can... It's easier job for scouts? Like...
Where, mark on the map where you mean.
So, like, if you go to the north, you go over the mountain ridge, like, do they have maybe beacons on top? Or, like, is it more easy to get by the defensive lines, essentially? Maybe
the
they don't...
The defensive lines is mainly here, because you can't get an army through the jungle here. So it would perhaps, on the top, be a few scouts here. But
it's a longer route as well,
yeah. I mean, the routes are long no matter what.
Yeah, sure.
If you are extremely lucky and the Dominion hasn't done any deals with the Republic, which they shouldn't have, you can pay for a teleportation circle to her attack, which would get you very close immediately. The closest that you can get in the south would be to Noti, and I think that's about to get sieged.
Yes, it's not good.
But then you would miss, like, all of these dangers.
Yeah.
So that is a possibility.
Would it be safe to take the Visceron River all the way up to Ogun?
Safe and safe. I mean,
Well,
Yes,
I'm just thinking in terms of like time wise.
And navigation wise, I guess, as well.
Yeah.
It's a travel that is done quite a lot, especially because if you remember, you took the boats down to Bellora
Yeah.
from the crossing. You could, like, they have to go back up as well,
Yeah.
and from here, there's usually some boats going back upriver, so you can definitely do that. It's going to be cheaper, and it's going to be more time consuming than taking the teleportation circle, of course. But it is definitely doable. And as for time, traveling by sea, like going to Bellora is about a day's travel on the boat, and then going upriver at 100 kilometers, maybe 2 days, 3 if you're lucky with the streams, and then another 3 days here, and then maybe another week and a half, 2 weeks in the jungle to get there.
Okay.
So we're looking at about 3 weeks, like 2.5 weeks probably time of getting up there. And by that time, I mean, you're going to be in the jungle desert, so that's kind of fine. But by that time, the southeast specifically will start freezing because of the winds kind of coming in. So it's going to get cold, especially if you're trying to pass high up in the mountains.
It would be nice if we could stop in Hugosburg and try and get the shard, but I don't think we have the time to look for it. It might take weeks to get even a trick of it, so... I think the river going up would be the second fastest. The teleportation, I suppose, would be the best option, but I don't know if we have the funds nor the access to it.
Well,
I can pay you.
So it looked like Jerry, like...
What? You are a good worker, and you can see it as your payment for what you have done.
You've already paid me a lot in knowledge, but I will happily accept the help.
Eli, one thing. Going east would give you the ability to kind of snoop around.
Yeah, I was about to ask Garrus that.
Yes.
Go
ahead.
Ask Garrus, what does he know of Alastus?
And look, not as much as Morgan did, but I know some.
Okay. Would you be able to, or do you know of where it was, where its ruins are?
Two seconds, this thing is just...
Okay.
distraction.
Need some elevator music, like...
Yeah.
I have an idea of where it is, but it is dangerous, especially if the goblins are there. But
Whether it's giant birds and acid rain or cannibals, I don't think we're going to avoid the danger, to be honest, Garrus.
Well,
I mean, we could just teleport, no?
True. The people, Navin, who are pursuing me are from Hugelsburg. And whilst I'm trying to be more forthright and communicate and tell you more, It might be a complete pipe dream, but there is a possibility that there is a tomb, a mausoleum of sorts, that may contain something. Sorry, Jesus. Okay. She's just throwing snacks.
Contains
It's
Jesus.
lovely,
I don't know who that
Aw.
is.
crossover. It's like I said, it could be a complete pipe dream, but there is a possibility of some ancient item that could help us. As I say it out loud, it sounds ridiculous, but I would like to go east and try to investigate Alastus to see. I want to investigate this potential pipe dream.
But it's it's east, you said, but it's
We would pass nearby on
When we
the
go
south
east.
side of the crags.
well, I'd sort of bring my hammer to have like. Before I had this, I don't think I would have believed ancient artifacts and the like, or before I met Gareth and Christoph. But I know the legends are sometimes true. Items can definitely be helpful.
If it turns out that this isn't a pure fact of fiction and myth, I will gladly tell you everything.
We all appreciate the honesty, and who knows? Maybe this will be the safer path if we go east. We don't know what we're heading into. My only concern is the time.
Yes.
We take several weeks looking for this. That'll be hundreds of thousands. Families moved from their houses. At best, worst, burned in their own houses. War is not a pretty thing.
Yeah, and the longer you guys wait, the more probability there is that you're gonna die. And, well, I don't think that any of you understand what that means
Maybe not.
because of me. But yeah, because he will own your souls unless we go.
I don't think it works like that.
What do you mean?
I talked to a warlock, and the pacts. This is Gareth speaking, by the way.
Yeah.
The pacts need to be made consensuous. They can't just snag your souls. As far as I understood the warlock telling me. But Dimos might be an exception, and we should, of course, work under the assumption of the worst. I think we should carry some hope that what he's saying is actually not the truth, even if we do fail.
What?
I don't think that he can just take people's souls at will.
They have to be given.
Well, but he made a pact with me, and
You can't give other people's souls. It's not yours to give. I am out of my depth speaking of this, but if it is you that made the deal, it then only concerns you, so to say.
Oh. Should we ask him? No, no.
He may be calling his bluff will actually be good, but that is entirely up to you guys. I know that I will just have to keep my temper and be quiet.
Rather than
My
evil again.
greater concern is if we rush immediately to Radilla and do this for Dimos,
Yeah.
we immediately are at his whims, and before we know it, we'll be traveling to Farhaven or Oldburg for another game of his.
It's not for him. I need to get there as fast as possible to stop this army, Eli. With this
I understand,
seal.
but all I'm saying is if we don't find ways to make ourselves stronger along the way after Radilla, nothing is changed.
I would be happy to go and search for this tomb after I have opened the seal. But I need to let the Archmagi through. For if they cannot stop Sabrahain, then the kingdom is lost. And there will be nothing to stop him.
I understand.
Well, we do have one ticket in, so that's good.
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, I'm one of the slaves. They, you know.
Are you?
Yeah. No.
It was more of a technicality question, to be honest. I don't know how it works, if you are or if you aren't. But
Well, yeah. I think I am.
I guess then the question is, do we go to possibly Herta if we can, or Ogun? Do we chance by going to Naughty and then heading east?
Heard that would be the safer option, right?
We
There
can
would
teleport
be an
there.
army coming.
The mountains
can-
would, sorry. The mountains would still be a problem to climb. You'd have to get some equipment, some rope, pittons, hammers, climbing gear.
The route between the Harala Ridge and Radilla is also a long trek, and there is nothing there that will keep us alive.
But if we teleport there, we can beat the winter ices in the ridge, yes? I already have a climber's kit.
Well, usually when you go out, you always prepare for the worst. You get stuck somewhere, the snow comes early. Can't say you hoped it wouldn't snow.
Could you roll me a history check with advantage, please, Navin?
Hold shift and check.
This is more about knowledge on mountains and such.
Nice.
Generally, nothing above the Greenskin Crags, except for the 3 volcanoes, will get a lot of snow. It is only in the harshest of winters that the lower mountains in the north and west will get any snow.
Yeah.
Because they're not as tall as the others, and also the climate is so
more
much
equator,
warmer.
yeah. So it'll be more up by the Harlow Ridge will be a problem, and further south if we were going there. Yeah.
I think before we continue, we're taking a bit of a break here, and then we'll get back to it in a bit. Hey, look, it's a goose.
Yeah, goose.
Yeah, goose.
All right.
See you in a bit, peeps.
Yep. Bye.
That was a quick countdown
Yeah, I know.
to us coming back. I don't know why I have to do it half dramatic the first second, and then it just turns extremely floppy and erratic instead. But
What?
we're back,
yeah.
and we are going to continue for an hour-ish more, I think, before we put an end to it today. And
Put an end to the characters.
I just
The episode, not us, right?
Yeah, I was
yeah,
like,
the
no!
episode.
Teleportation
think-
went real bad.
I think that next week we will actually have the not only the party picture that we commissioned, but also the new headshot pictures for our characters coming in. Unless there's a lot of revisions, which I don't think there will be.
Yeah.
Because the person that is illustrating them seems extremely capable, and I am very happy to see how it looks, and I hope that the players are, and of course the audience is as well. I think that it's fun to do an online campaign that is focused solely on online because of all of the visual aids that you can get. Of course, because we are doing a stream campaign, we can't do it with everything from the internet because it's not royalty free or owned by us ourselves. But it's, yeah, I can say it sounds weird perhaps, but I myself would enjoy watching these visually pleasing campaigns that is being done, not just having to listen. It's a different thing.
And we could put them everywhere. We can have them in the background in our rooms.
Yeah.
Emojis.
I probably will. Because I'm like,
much, yeah.
yes, I'm just looking for just geeky stuff that I love, and yeah, probably will.
Yeah, and that's hopefully is also something that we can be giving out to the followers of our stream and supporters in our dear community, to give you either commissions of characters or of yourselves as characters later on as we progress. We unfortunately haven't been able to talk about it as creators, but we have ideas.
Yeah.
They'll come out. But back to our game.
Yeah.
Fuck, I actually forgot what we were talking about the last thing. It was whether or not to teleport, right? And then what to bring, basically.
Yeah. The preparation, essentially. Traveling into the mountains, or what we need, essentially, for the maps.
And with that, Luke, tell me a number between 1 and 10.
No.
Come into this forge. This is a private forge.
Oh.
No. He's pulling those. No. God damn. No.
Sarah.
I don't know what it means.
No.
Number between
We'll
1
know
and 9.
after it happens.
1 and what?
9.
9.
9.
Just because it sounds like German.
Innocent.
Oh, yes.
You say yes, but you have no idea what this actually
Could be the
means.
worst. Who knows?
Yeah, a kid assassin, like, hello.
You're sitting and...
Fuck.
I mean, it's hard to enjoy a meal knowing of all of these troubles, knowing that there's pressing matters in the city, knowing that there's so much shit, basically, that's about to kind of come down. And you hear hoofs on the gravel coming up towards the forge.
I look
Face is
to
changed.
Eli.
Yeah. There's no longer Eli, he is now Leah.
Hey.
Should we hide you?
I don't think we have enough time.
Sort of look around the room like there's probably big furniture and stuff, so you could maybe.
You're sitting on the porch on the back side.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, we were outside.
Yes.
Yeah. Also, I think if I tried to hide and they found me, even regardless of who I look like, that would look suspicious.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna stay out.
Yeah. You hear coming from like the other side on the courtyard. Hello? Excuse me. I've got mail, letters. I was told that there'd be a kind of Navin, I believe.
Navin sort of like gets a bit like shocked in his face. I like almost like you can see that he's been dreading almost getting something. And like, yes, I'm Navin. I sort of get up and go over to him.
Yep, you go through the large house out to the other side. You see this
I follow him.
13, 14-year-old boy standing in awe at this massive house, and he like, as you come out, kind of like, I've never been here. I didn't know it was. I know it was big, but not this big. Holy damn! You're Navin, right?
Aye.
There's a woman down by a tavern that's sent for you. Well, sent to check if you were here to
Catch your name potentially.
I did. He kind of like scrambles through all of the small notes that he has, trying to remember everything. No, but he kind of like turns around and it says like, buy 3 pork chops and other things. I believe something with an N as well, maybe? N? Starts with an M?
It's not Malika, is it?
No, it's Mera?
Amira.
Yes. Yes, that was a woman, beautiful, tall, it's blonde. That looks very... Of course, she's your mother, isn't she?
Thank you. I sort of go for, I guess, a silver. And give it to him.
Oh, wow. Thank you very much. But I'm really bad at this. I should have gone for something else where I don't have to use my memory. But I believe she asked me if I found you here to tell you to stay, and she'll come here.
It's like her. Thank you.
Thank you. He kind of like looks at the house, kind of forgets himself for a moment. Right, sorry. Have a good day, everyone.
You too.
He turns around, gets on the horse, and just like rides down. And
sorry.
Yeah.
when the boy says like a woman, Kowèn is like looking over at Navin like ooh, kind of boyish like and then when it's your mother, he's like no.
And as you see him riding away, just as he kind of comes to the crest of the corner, his horse suddenly rears back and he falls off to the left of the horse. And coming up on the road is a massive-ass warhorse with a large ironclad man kind of riding up, kind of completely neglecting this little boy and just riding up to the whole house.
Yeah, I run over to the boy.
Yep. I approach the rider.
Would he give 2 shits about you?
Maybe not. I mean, close to the house.
You are just by the door, so yeah.
Yeah, it's more like
Kowèn is running off. Roll me a medicine check, and then the rider kind of stops and kind of looks down at you. He pulls his visor, and you see a sunburnt man, very leathery face, probably some 45 years old, still large, probably having been a veteran of war for a long ass time. would look like he doesn't look that large, but that is also because the horse is
Amazing,
probably one of the largest horses that you have seen in your life. And he kind of swings over his feet. And that bit that he jumps down from the horse to the ground, you being, some 6 feet apart, feel the ground shake a bit as he towers like 3 heads above you.
Yeah.
And he kind of just looks down. You're not master of this house, are you?
No, I am but one of the workers here at the Hammerfell Forge.
Yes, the master, please.
I sort of like nod patiently, and then I go towards the out place.
Yep. You see, like, Jurgen's still sitting and enjoying Eli not looking like himself, and Garrus, Kristoff looking a bit worried. And before you continue, Kowèn, as you run over to this little boy, he is wincing a little bit in pain, but he's stood up and kind of is dusting himself off with his right arm. And you see the left arm is way much like higher than it should be.
Okay. What's your name?
Toby?
Okay, Toby. I need you to.
It looks weird.
Yeah, I know. It's okay. Okay, so you know how you like. Yeah. I know.
Heck, could you help me?
Yeah.
Just stop talking. Just
look at the house. Look at the house. It's a beautiful house, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, and I'll just pull it.
And you would do it very gently and perfectly, and he just.
Yeah, you.
That hurts.
Yeah, I know.
Yep. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, you're.
He kind of like glares back at the rider standing there.
Yeah,
and then
I'll
takes his horse and thinks about getting on. Then probably thinks about him not being back in time, and just jumps back on the horse and rides off.
Yeah, I head back, and I am very scared of this fucking big thing. So I'm gonna like a little bit walk over like from the side and very much like let him know that I'm there, basically. So.
Navin, you come out to the other side. What do you say?
Jörgak, there's a rider looking for you.
Like
pretty big.
Mead in his mouth.
Yeah.
Meat about to go in his mouth. He's like.
Didn't seem like the guy who wanted to wait. Fully clad in armor.
I understand. Like stands up, towers over, kind of looks down to Eli. There is, and he points like between 2 seemingly inconspicuous trees, a path that would lead you away. And then he just goes in the house.
Eli will go to the path and hide his staff there, and then head back towards the house.
Yep. Jörgek walks out to the courtyard where this horse, which towers, like large horses, is usually like 180-ish centimeters in like fathoms, like fucking heights. This horse is probably like some about 260 centimeters. He himself, like Jörgek is 9. Where is he? Jörgek is like 17, 18 feet tall. Navin is quite large, at like what, 6 foot, 6'2".
Yeah, 6'2".
then,
he's not big.
This guy is probably 8.5, 9 feet. So it's like, half in between. And he kind of stands there, just kind of one arm on his sheath blade, and the other arm is dangling down. And Jurgek walks through. I was in the middle of a feast with my friends. What can I do to you, Sir Knight? He kind of takes a quick, short breath. Well, I do not want to keep you from your feasts, but I am looking for someone. And I have been told that he might have been here. Yogek's bushy eyebrows kind of shoot up, and the man kind of removes his helmet. So Lionel is my name. I am the knight captain of the Pommel family in Juliusburg. I am looking for a lost family member. Not the Pommels themselves, but to the family that stands them the closest. Their son has gone missing. We received word that he was in Bellora, but the leads took us here. The shipmaster tells us that he kind of looks to Navin and to Kowèn. These and two others came off with a man matching the description. Jared kind of stands and just looks at him. And seeing that both this man and this man is here, it only leads me to believe that, well, the man we're looking for is also here. If that was true, I would, of course, let you go and catch him, but it is not. He kind of raises his eyebrow, his helmet comes off, this sweaty black hair that is turning grey and white sits in a ponytail. Look, I do not want to go through any force of getting him back. But we believe that he might be dangerous. That he is delirious and filled with something in his brain that shouldn't be there. He is dangerous. Yogi kind of nods. Well, if he is a human, then I should not have to worry. Ha 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 ha. Even the strongest human cannot best me. He kind of looks, well, perhaps except for a monstrosity like you. The knight smiles at that, kind of nods. Well, I will have to report this back, and we will continue our investigation. Should we find out that you have been harboring him? Well, I don't like to make idle threats, but it won't turn out good for you. Kind of nods and it gives like a deeper bow and turns around and with ease gets onto his massive ass horse and rides
off. I look to Navin and just like, what? Yeah.
can do.
No, we can eat good food.
Yeah.
I have a visitor coming by later, I assume.
I don't think we will be done eating in many hours, Navin.
Well, he kind of needs to, so.
Why?
Because his mother is coming here.
She can
And
join us at
she
the table.
can join us.
Yeah. I didn't want to assume anything, so.
Fine. She's a nice woman in her own right. She's nothing to be hidden away.
Of course.
That would be a strange sight to have your mother hidden away.
Some people are more delicate about meeting their family, but for me, and how I grew up, it's being close to someone is not something to keep in different houses or huts.
She came down once, what was it, just a few months after you came here, and tried to get you back? Or am I remembering wrong?
I don't think she understands.
Maybe she has changed,
Maybe.
but she is a Saranir. And she is coming here knowing that I am here. So
Aye.
something must have changed.
Hopefully something for the better.
Yes. Now let's eat again.
Aye. Important things to go.
Eli!
You just shouted me
Yep.
from the front.
Yep.
Hopefully Lionel doesn't have good hearing.
I mean, he's just standing there. He just stood there like,
Yeah, you'd see this chubby, blonde, unshaven guy come around the corner.
The sub does not suit you, my friend.
It's not ideal.
Does the hat change the voice, or is it still Eli's voice?
However, I will rule it if Luke does voices.
Yeah,
then that
sure.
is how his character sounds.
Absolutely, yeah. It's like if nothing else, like then it's
Yeah.
you could make the same voice, but yeah.
Yeah.
I would assume you have characters since you have the disguise. You probably have the voices as well on the go.
It's me.
Eli won't do a voice. I'll do the voice when he does the voice, only because
Yeah.
at the minute he doesn't see any.
Yeah, because then
and
then we understand
right,
it's you very easily.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Anything I need to know?
Yoga nods and just moves through and like points to Cole and Navin. They speak, I eat.
I sort of follow him, like follow behind Jurgak, but then talk talk and walk at the same time.
Yeah, well, I'll start walking with you back around to the food.
Right. Well, they know you're here. They probably will be back. Not sure how long it'll take, but the knight who was here, Lionel, I think he was called. He's
Big man.
high, bigger than me. Not common, but
Sorry that that you were put in that position.
I mean,
he was nice enough.
Yeah, we didn't do that much.
Seemed determined at the very least.
He called. He said that you had run away. As. Yeah, and that you had misguided ideas or something like that. But I. He didn't specify.
No. I did run away But I can't say I'm surprised that they calling me misguided. That's
Aw.
I think our actions have to be faster than we maybe initially thought, because he will obviously be back. It would be a problem more than it already is, I guess, for you, Jörg, if we stay here.
He kind of looks with his mouth stuffed, kind of. I do not care. I want only what is best for you.
Well,
I still have enough strength in me to beat those punks, should we need to.
I don't doubt it. And I think it'll cause more problems than us just simply leaving.
He shrugs at that. Continues eating.
Are you... Did you run away from home because they did something to you, or did they cast you out, or what happened? If I'm...
we all sat back around the table.
Yep.
Okay. I found out that the Pommel family were planning to kill the prince. And so I ran. I tried to tell, but then I ran, and they sent people after me, and I fought them, and then I ran, and more people tried to kill me, and then I ran, and I ran, and I ran. And when eventually I tried to warn anyone that the prince's life was in danger, they laughed. They didn't believe me, and more people were sent to kill me, and so I ran. And then the prince was killed. And then more people wanted to come after me because they wanted to know what I know. But it was too late. He was dead. I failed. So I just kept running.
You didn't fail? No.
They should have listened to you.
Yeah.
They should have.
Yeah. So I mean, fuck them for not listening. You did your best.
The Pommels are very powerful, and they're not gonna give up.
Well,
Neither will we.
yeah.
It's not only the Pommel's family. No, looks at Eli.
True.
I know that there's more. When we were in Ballora, we went to investigate this person that might have sent people to kill Eli, and we found out that there was another family, Argansa. And the Pommers and the Argansa have been tight-knitted in political landscapes for a long time. And I think that might just be the surface. I think that's what they are doing is trying to take over the Northern Principality. So the assassination was just one part.
Dominion picked the perfect time to attack.
I don't think that they just picked it. It wouldn't be too far out of reach to think that they would be working with the Sultan, would it? I mean, there's plenty of rumors going around that the Pommels are not entirely in the lights either.
This, I didn't know that, Christoph, believe me. I was sheltered from most of the rumors. There was the rumors within the inner circle. Those kind of things don't get to my ears. But when I found out that the Pommel family are essentially vampires, dark beings now. I found that out the exact same time I found out about their plans for the prince.
What? Like the things with them.
Is that something most people know of, or is it like a check to see if they?
You, since you're not like for vampires, is you would definitely know, especially down south. Like vampires are almost thought to have derived from the south, from when people are about to, die out in the cold. Something confronts them and asks if they wouldn't rather stay alive, but they'll have it first, so that it is kind of thought that the initial vampires are Saranir. They are also the most ancient ones that exist.
It's hard to know who to trust and who isn't being controlled by them. Family and friends included.
Is your family alright? Or
Couldn't say.
There must be a part of it, no? Your family is, well, the hands that extend outside to everyone from the Pommels. If they aren't, then what?
I was brought up being told of the Ferdinand heritage, of how generation after generation my family had been the emissaries of the Pommels. Part of me wants to believe that that sense of loyalty is just so ingrained that they would follow the Pommels anywhere. And I don't know if that's better or worse than them being controlled by them. All I know is that they wouldn't help, and they turned on me, just like everyone else.
It's kind of looks at you. I don't want it to get lost in translation. But your family is ancient. So is mine. I'm not certain if you have had the same rituals as the old Altwicki families. He pulls a knife and cuts his forearm, or his hand, rather, sorry. I would like to, with the bottom of my heart, extend an oath to do anything in my power, Eli, to help you find out the truth of your family, and also to stop those who have twisted their minds.
Thank you.
He extends his hand.
My staff appears. I cut my own hand. I reach out.
Roll me a D1000.
Oh.
D1000. Oh my god. You just made
Blood
a
infection!
deal. He made a deal with the devil.
Oh god.
No.
Nice. So you both take each other's arm or hands, and as you do, Christoph kind of locks your hand with his. The blood kind of smears in both of your palms, and as they are doing, you see how his already, red, golden hair becomes ablaze. His eyes light up, and you just see him watch you, and like the presence of a king or a magnificent being kind of just spreads from Christoph as you feel this warmth in your hand, and around both of your hands there's several circles with arcane symbols that appear, starting to swivel around your hands and then slowly come into your hand and creates this bond, and then it tightens into without hurting your hand. His hair stops glowing, and he kind of releases your hand, and you see that on your hand there's no longer a cut, but there's just a slight golden scar that goes through it, and the same on his, looking identical on both hands.
Don't suppose I could do that to grow my finger back.
No.
It was worth losing to keep you here.
And smiles. And let me pay back what I owe you. Don't look so shocked, Kowèn.
Well, what are you?
Man. Don't let the magic fool you. It's... well... my family is... it's a long story. We were there when the Empire was founded, and initially we were the kings. But eventually we ceded the power to the Bloodguards. And I suppose that through the generations there's been some theatricalities fused into our blood. Because it looks kind of cool, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what's next, Nevin? Are you gonna tell me that you're a son of a king and your mom's a queen or what's
No.
going? Are you sure? Because I don't know anymore.
It's only one truly regal person at this table. I give it's like a slight jab.
Because, hey, Garrus is also.
Yeah, I mean, but or a
True.
noble, and I point to Eli and like, are you also a noble or what?
Certainly not a noble.
You're
Not yet, at least.
What? I'm very confused. I have to say, yeah. But that's fine.
There's enough time to make a noble out of you, Eli. I mean, who's gonna rule Hodelsberg once we've rid with the Pommels? Your family has been there since the dawn of the city. It wouldn't be too far-fetched to put you in charge.
I genuinely, Christoph, have no idea how to respond to that.
He kind of pushes a glass over and then, fills it up with mead. And he tries to stop at that 375 point. And then, flicks it off and puts it down.
But Navin, I'm serious.
No nobility in my family. We don't really have kind of leadership like that.
But you have mighty hammer.
As far as leadership from where I'm from, the stronger you are, the more claim you have to power.
And imagine when the midgard is fully powered, Navin. This is like a table of very influential people. And you and me, Kowèn.
Yeah.
You want me to make you a small crown, and I can build you a little castle out here, and you can be the king of your own destiny.
No, thank you.
Boss. Excuse me. You hear coming from inside the house.
I recognize
Yeah.
the voice, I assume.
Yes.
Yeah, I like get up. Not super, like get up and like just go towards her.
I think she would probably have just walked through when she's
Oh, yeah.
hearing all of you at the back. So as
Yeah.
you stand up, she's there, and you can describe how your mother looks like.
Oh.
Yeah. Just find the.
Eli's head is down and he's drinking this mead.
Yep.
And Kowèn
Uh,
was like,
Unfortunately, it's 378.
Yeah. So Mira is. She's relatively middle aged. Like she's aged quite gracefully, with flowing ginger hair weaved into very intricate braids. She has a fair face, except for a few scars that go across her cheek, and nearly reaches all the way to the right, and very close to the eye, but not in the eye. Let's see, she's pretty medium tall for a Sarnier, but I guess that's relatively tall for regular humans. Pretty lean, slender, but of course a bit wrinkled skin because she is relatively old.
She kind of looks at you, and there's no regality in the Sarnier. It's basically just step up, pull you in for a big hug.
Yeah,
and give you a kind of you feel her kind of groping your muscles a little bit, like you've grown.
Pinching
Yeah. She kind of pushes herself away, and
You always say that.
yes, I suppose I do.
Yeah. So I guess I'd probably turn around this is my mother, Mira, and these are my friends. And Eli, Kowèn, Garrus, Christoph, and I lastly save Jurgak and Jurgak.
Yes. the ogre that you so fell in love with his crafts that you would leave us. I know that I sound bitter, and I probably still am, but it's hard losing your child to
You have not.
the enemy of your people. But
We've been over this one.
yes, and I wouldn't be here if I came just to spew inhospitable.
Hoping for good news. I assume it's bad news.
Kind of looks at you. Oh no, nothing like that. Not yet. But soon. She kind of just walks over, pulls up a chair for herself, and kind of sits down and starts like pulling food over. And she eats just like Navin, you know. Just... she kind of looks at Yergak, looks at you, Navin. Thank you for teaching my son what we couldn't. Thank you for giving him a purpose that we couldn't. Thank you for setting him on the path that he wished to take. I am happy that he would find such a capable set of hands as yours to love. She says it, you know, you hear that little tone in her voice, but she is trying. Rovar is... He's losing it, Navin.
What has he done this time?
He fought for the blood war.
As I feared.
And almost all of the clans have gathered. He has no plan. He wants us to march out into the southern part of the ring and then simply just try and vanquish the Otis.
Such a fool. No plan and just lead everyone out.
Yes.
Surprised. Disappointed in the other elders who will not stop him.
For all of the brain that he has lost, he has gained it in muscle. He is the strongest.
Aye. That he is.
And until anybody can change that, then all we can do is keep him busy in council meetings and in summons so that he cannot march. We have sent the mightiest of us to gather whatever strength it is that they may have left to find, to then hopefully beat him. To stop it.
I know of no one who could match his strength.
There is no one that we think can, but many firstborn sons have volunteered. And they go with the hopes of the Anarians. For should they fail, then we will perish. And I know that you are no longer a part of our society.
I wish I was.
But you would be welcome if you want to join should we fail.
Don't think I would fit in anymore. With what I've learned about ogres and what our people have done to them, and what they have done to us, of course. But I have changed. The
Yeah.
man, the boy I used to be.
I know. I just needed to tell you this because I'm not certain that there will be another time. And I wanted you to know that even if you have changed, your father and I would be proud of having the man that you are now with us in the last battle.
Just wish we didn't have to have it now. I have a story that I've heard. It may be our hope to change the path we're on right now. There used to be not a man, not even a dwarf, but a hero who stood above it all, the strongest there was. He united the Saranir and the dwarves, and even the ogres, as one. There was peace and strength in that trinity to keep away all the monsters and evils of the night. So long ago. And it was all torn down with lies, infighting, politics, corruption. Maybe there can be a change. Someone else to take over that role, someone to lead us all to something better, to show we do not have to kill each other forever until we die. I sort of bring up the hammer. This used to belong to this great man, Mirandel Stone Creek. Is Mijud Besmadan. I've never heard it during my childhood, and I don't know if you've heard any of it either. But please, ask the other tribes, the other people, if they have ever heard of it, what they know of it, and maybe it can spread hope. Maybe it'll buy us a bit of time. And maybe I can come back and, at the very least, slow him down by challenging him. But I do not think I am strong enough as I am now. Rohar is scary. Even when he fights with us, his frenzy chills my bones.
I didn't take you for someone to get lost in stories and legends instead of being in the here and now.
Not
If you want to
just-
put your faith in whatever story it is that you have found, then that is you. But I cannot spread anything through the people. They do not need stories. They do not need legends or false hope. We need warriors.
Mm.
In best case, we need someone to take him down. And now, if you tell me that you can do it, then, well, you better go and chase those stories.
Don't think I can now, but I think I will be able to. With the help of my friends. Maybe. But I need time.
With power of friendship. She kind of nods. Well, I'd take your time going back alone.
Cannot come home. Not yet.
She finishes the mead, kind of, takes a napkin, gets the grease away as much as possible, stands up. It is so ingrained in me that we should all be in one way, the way that has been forged for us. But I am proud that you are making something that is your own, Navin, even if you do not die with us. I am happy to know that you will still live for what it is that you believe. And it has taken me a long time to accept that. And I will continue praying that we will meet another time.
Yeah, Navin sheds a tear.
She turns and walks out.
I was just like, I hope so. We will meet. I will come back. I promise.
You see, as she is leaving, her shoulders kind of start, moving as though she's kind of sobbing. Her hands go up to her face, and then probably stops. You see her entire body kind of take a deep breath, and then she continues with the bearing of a warrior woman.
And looks to the door as she leaves, but just stays where he is.
I smack him across the face.
Okay, stop seeing that.
Go after her right now.
Why?
Go after her right now. Don't ask a question, just fucking do it. Right now.
Do not know our ways, Kowèn.
I don't care about your ways. If I got to meet my mom again, I would do anything to just be with her right now. So just fucking go. At least for an hour or something. Just fucking don't care about us. Please.
Navin sort of stands up and saunters to the door, basically, and just leaves. And takes a walk. Takes a walk, yeah.
I wanted to have one nice dinner with Navin and his friends, but there was a lot of interruptions, don't you think?
Yeah, sorry about that.
He would be surprised that you would come after her, because it is truly a waste to just say what it is that you've done, and I don't think that she would have much more to say. She would be very confused.
Yeah, it's more like sit by a bench and just watch as she leaves, basically.
Yeah. Okay.
Safe travels thing. Make sure you go on your way.
Yeah.
And then I remain outside, just
Mm-hmm.
sitting and just taking in the calmness and the new information about. Yeah.
Jogak would, after 5 minutes or so, when he's done with this part of the pig, kind of walk over and stick his head out, kind of look down at you. She was much nicer this time. She didn't call me a snot-eating moron, or one of the other things that she called me.
She has grown in ways as well, although she doesn't see it. Just wish the hatred wasn't so deep.
Yes. It is weird what a god can do.
Maybe I will be the one who changes it. Maybe I will be.
Then I will set up shop in the City of Gold with you.
That's a deal. Maybe I'll make something better than you one time.
No, not until I die.
Well, we'll have to prove it, I guess.
Dimos. And as you all kind of get back and gather, you've eaten, maybe during these hours of slowly eating and drinking and such. You've eaten maybe 20% of this big ass fucking pig. And Jogak has probably eaten 15% himself during that time. There is a very nice closure to the evening as the sun sets in a beautiful orange yellow hue, with all of the autumn leaves slowly leaving their trees. And as the sun sets and the stars and the moons come out, you enjoy possibly one last silent evening for a very long time moving forward. And before you set out to whatever endeavors or whatever route it is that you wish to take, we are going to end today's session.
I got this laugh now and
Just like a red mark. Like,
yeah, just go bam. All right.
he didn't slap back.
True. Yeah, I would be dead.
Yeah. Just red hand of doom.
Yeah,
Slap.
yeah.
Nice.
Hand of disgrace.
Our word kill. Or power
Oh
slap
God,
kill.
no,
Fly 5 feet. What?
no. Oh my God. Thank you, those who have watched, for sticking by with us, and thank you again to Thick Maddie. I mean,
Oh my god, yeah.
holy shit! I don't remember how many subs he's given up.
15, I believe, today.
Yeah, 15.
Total of 40.
Yeah.
That is amazing.
So we just broke the, let's see, 38 subscribers threshold, which is on Twitch. So, and that's because of you. So thank you, Thick Maddie. Other than that, yeah, I'm going to hold my session of Champions and Demons tomorrow. So check that out, and yeah, we'll see you next week, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
However, we won't be having loot, but we'll be having Bryant instead.
Yeah. So it's a little bit of a switcheroo
Yeah.
here
Yeah.
and there, but yeah, summer times, I guess. All right. Okay. Thank you, everybody, for today,
Yeah.
and have a good night.
Bye-bye.
Bye.